In recent years, population growth and geographical isolation has caused a major water shortage. This is a worldwide problem that has an impact on nearly all populations. 97% of the world's waters are salt waters from the oceans and seas. This leaves only 3% of the total world's water available for safe consumption. The abundance of salt water and overall lack of fresh water, coupled with inequalities in water distribution and geographic availability, results in 1 out of every 9 people in the world being affected by the lack of water. The World Health Organization estimates that by 2025, over 800 million people will be living with absolute water scarcity, while an additional 2/3 of the people on Earth will be under high water stress conditions. The current water stress estimates do not include the immediate impact that can be seen from both natural and man-made disasters. We see large numbers of people lose their access to water every year due to disasters, the most memorable in recent history being Hurricane Katrina. Katrina caused 2.4 million people to immediately lose access to safe, clean drinking water. Additionally, the rate that the world's population is growing is resulting in clashing between countries over water rights. China is currently enacting a plan to reroute up to 80% of India's fresh water supply. This rerouting will result in an additional 1 billion people living in water stress conditions within 10 years. The best option for reducing the world's water deficit is through a process known as desalination. Desalination is a process that makes salt water drinkable by separating the pure water molecules from the salt that is dissolved within the water. While there are many large-scale desalination operations in the world that are making better use of the world's salt water, none of them are efficient enough to be the final answer for water production. On top of the lack in efficiency, large-scale desalination has a hugely negative environmental impact. Large desalination plants are left with huge amounts of salt waste which is pumped back into the ocean. The extra salt is modifying the natural environment and causing much of the marine life in areas where desalination takes place to die or vacate. Our idea to help reduce the world's water problems is to provide a desalination unit that is economical, portable, and able to be distributed in areas that do not normally have a way to turn salt water into drinkable water. The difference between our desalination unit and the large-scale desalination efforts is that ours is made to be used by single families or small groups of people. The portability of our desalination unit allows for it to be taken into remote areas and used almost immediately. There is no salt-related issue with our unit because the amount of salt left over from the water is nowhere near the amount seen from even one desalination plant. Our unit works through a process known as direct heat distillation. Direct heat distillation works by putting the salt water into a basin and applying a source of heat. Once the water reaches boiling temperature, the water molecules become vapor and travel towards the top of the basin into a condenser while the salt stays behind. The condenser turns the water vapor back into liquid form, and the condensed water then makes its way out of the condenser and into a collection basin. At this point, the water has been separated from the salt entirely and is now safe to drink. While our unit isn't the final solution to solving the world water crisis, it could be a big step forward in reducing the water stress in the more remote corners of the world. Once our unit is in place, a family will have an option for accessing drinking water for the foreseeable future. This unit isn't something that will run out and need to be refreshed by more outside supplies. As long as the unit is taken care of, it should last a family for many years. We believe water is a human right, and we want to help reduce the world's water deficit. This personal desalinator is designed to help the people who need it most by being cost-effective, durable, and only requiring an outside heat source to power it.